Spain versus Belgium in the quarterfinals of the FIFA World Cup. Live coverage coming up next. Hello and welcome to the quarter-final number 2 in this FIFA World Cup 2026. Tonight it's Lamine Yamal and Spain versus Kevin De Bruyne and Belgium. Will the European champions stay firm and progress to the semi-finals for a date with France? Or will it be Belgium who progress to that very same opponent? Well, let's take a look at today's lineups, starting with Spain. In goal for Spain is Unai Simon. Right back is Pedro Porro. Centre backs Pau Kabasi and Aymeric Laporte. Then we have Marc Cucurella at left back. Midfield Rodri and Fabian Ruiz. Right winger is Lamine Yamal. Then we've got Dani Olmo and Alex Baena behind Mikel Oyarzabal. For Belgium, it is Thibaut Courtois in goal, a back four of Timothy Castagne, Nathan Ngoy, Brandon Michele, and Maxime de Kuyper. Midfielders of Yuri Tillemans and Nicholas Raskin. And then we've got Leandro Trossard, Kevin De Bruyne, and Jeremy Doku playing behind the lone striker today of Charles de Ketelaere. So let's take a look at this game in a little bit more detail and isolation for you all now. Spain and Belgium will play their first competitive head-to-head match in nearly 17 years when they meet in the FIFA World Cup quarterfinals after contrasting wins on Monday US time. Spain avenged their 2025 UEFA Nations League final loss to Portugal when Mikel Merino scored what was a record-breaking 10th last-minute winner at this World Cup, sending his country through to the first quarter-final of the tournament since winning it in 2010. That remains their only ever World Cup last 8 victory, but this appears to be a new era of Spanish football under manager Luis de la Fuente, who could become just the third boss of a European nation to advance from each of his first 7 knockout ties at major tournament. La Roja will already be buoyed by the fact they became the first country ever to record 6 consecutive World Cup clean sheets after beating Portugal. Belgium could be the team to give this seemingly invincible Spanish defence their toughest test yet, though, after they became the first nation at this year's tournament to register more than 100 shots, following the 4-1 defeat of co-host USA. Spurred on by the Florian Balogun red card controversy, Rudy Garcia's men extended their unbeaten run to 18 matches, averaging more than 3 goals per game in that time. The Red Devils have only had an 8-year wait for another World Cup quarter-final appearance and will be delighted to repeat their previous one, defeating Brazil 2-1 in 2018, finishing in 3rd place. These teams have only met once since sharing a group in 2010 World Cup qualification. Spain won 2-0 in a 2016 friendly on that occasion, extending a head-to-head winning streak that began in 2004 to 5 games. Just 3 of Spain's last 15 matches saw both teams score. Spain led at half-time in 11 of their last 12 regulation time victories. 5 of Belgium's last 7 losses were by exactly a 1-goal margin. 10 of Belgium's last 16 games produced over 4.5 goals. And the key players and missing players for you today. Mikel Merino may warrant an earlier introduction here after opening his account for the tournament against Portugal, with 10 of his 11 international goals coming in victories. Romelu Lukaku almost seemed destined to score off the bench against USA, given his group stage efforts, becoming the first man to fire the net in 4 World Cup games as a substitute. Spain have no fresh absentees after facing Portugal, whilst Belgium's Amadou Onana will be out for some time with a serious knee injury. So now we have given you the full stats update here. Let's take a look at a few more head-to-heads. Last matches, let's look at Spain's record for the World Cup. They took a 0-0 draw against Cape Verde. They then beat Saudi Arabia 4-0 and Uruguay 1-0. Then they beat Austria 3-0. And then obviously they beat Portugal about 4 days ago to progress into this game. As for Belgium, they drew 1-1 with Egypt and 0-0 with Iran before thrashing New Zealand 5-1 and then progressing to a 3-2 win against Senegal after extra time and a 4-1 win over the United States. So they come into this one in very fine form. As for the head-to-heads, there has been 5 matches, between the sides. In 2004, they beat Belgium 2-0. Spain then also beat Belgium again 2-0 in 2005. In 2008, Spain again won 2-1. And in fact, the Roman Spain wins. In 2009, there was a 5-0 win. And a friendly in 2016 was a 2-0 win. So Belgium will definitely be looking to see if they can hold that record straight in this one this evening. The players have entered the field. They've gone through the national anthems. And we are about 4 minutes away from kickoff here in Los Angeles this evening. Let's see how this one goes. If you do like what you're hearing so far, do go over to the YouTube channel and drop me a subscribe over on there. Don't also forget to share out the live in as many places as you can. And also, if you are on Twitch, thank you for watching over on there. Do consider dropping me a follow too and sharing out the live from there as well. After today's stream, I shall be back for both of the semi-finals and also the final. Michael Oliver is the referee today. Stuart Burton and James Manwaring are the assistant referees, and we have 2 Brazilian ones there as well. Jared Gillett, Ivan Bebic, and Joe Dickinson are in VAR. Okay, so we're just about ready to go here. Let's repeat the sides for you. Unai Simon in goal, Pedro Porro, Pau Kabasi, Aymeric Laporte and Marc Cucurella across the back 4. Rodri and Fabian Ruiz in midfield and Lamine Yamal, Dani Olmo and Alex Baina play behind Mikhail Yazabal. As for Belgium, it's Thibaut Courtois in goal, the back 4 of Timothy Castagne, Nathan Ngoy, Brandon McKaylee and Maxime de Kuyper. Then Yuri Tielemans and Nicholas Ruskin play in midfield behind Leandro Trossard, Kevin De Bruyne and Jeremy Doku behind Charles de Ketelaere. We are just about ready here for kickoff. McKaylee, will we miss the next game if he does get a booking today, as he is already on a yellow card going into this one this evening. And we just wait now for kickoff to arrive here this evening. There's currently camera floating around the outside of the stadium in Los Angeles. And finally, we're now back inside here. There's a bit more of a delay here. I'm not quite sure what we're doing now. So we'll just wait for them to finish doing what they're currently doing. And then we shall get started. I'm not exactly sure what's occurring here. There seems to be a brief pause. Now players are back into formation. So we shall get this underway in just a few minutes, few moments time here now. See whether it'll be Spain or Belgium to go and face France. Spain, their red shirts today, navy shorts and navy socks. As for Belgium, they are all in white. We are 5 seconds away from kickoff now. Belgium will be getting us underway. I believe Charles de Catelaire will be taking this in just a second. And we are underway. The ball's back with Michele. Michele now goes back to Courtois. And Courtois now clears this one long upfield looking towards the Catelaire. It's taken down there by Raskin. It's now given further wider on that far side with Castagna. He goes round the corner now to Trossard, who tries to pull it across and into the hands of Unai Simon. Simon now drops the ball and is going to move us out. We're just currently now looking at Luis de la Fuente there, the head coach for Spain. And it's now played from Kabasi to Simon. Simon back out now to Kabasi. Is now further down this near side to Porro. And it's now gone back inside. Hello, Ashley. How are we? Welcome in. Rudy Garcia there, making notes already. The Belgian head coach. As it's now with Porro, who gives it further inside there to Rodri. Back to Porro. Now further inside to Kabasi. It's deflected there off of the Catalaire and out for a throw to Spain. Same. Porro now gives it inside to Yamal. Yamal trying to trick past Van Aken. He's adjusted to have fouled his man there. Sorry, that was Raskin, the number 23 here. It's now with Rodri again. And Rodri now plays it across to Laporte. Aymeric Laporte now gives it down to Kabasi. Kabasi now looks up, turns, plays it back across to Laporte. And Laporte now gives it back to Unai Simon. Simon now further out now to Kabasi. Inside to Ayazabal. Ayazabal drops deep, then plays it wide on that far side now to Biner. Alex Biner charging towards the edge of the box. Now gives the Cucurella, who tries to pull it back towards Dani Olmo. But in the end, it's adjudged to have been offside. This is going to be a free kick to Belgium. You're supporting Spain this evening, are you, Ashley? Let's go. And it's going to be Courtois that takes his free kick now, long upfield. He gets ready to clear this long. Does clear it long. And it's now going to go out to this near side towards the Catalaire. But it's going to be taken down by Kubasi. Kubasi lets it go out of play for a throw. And instead then just launches this one to Porro, who plays back to Kubasi, who clears now down the line towards Yazabel. But now it's inside by Michele and then to Kuiper. Now goes back to Ngoy. Ngoy now further back to Courtois. Courtois then clears long. Out, it's going to go way out of play for a throw there to Spain again on that far side this time, which Marc Cucurella will take. And Cucurella will take it in a second. He seems to be taking his time here. Now throws it into Laporte. Laporte then gives it across to Kubasi. Kubasi now to Porro. And Porro further inside to Olmo. Good play this. Dani Olmo scampering forward. Looks up. Now plays it wide to that far side to Biner. Alex Biner. He then plays it back now to Ruiz. Ruiz now gives it wide to Cucurella. Cucurella looks up, plays it back now to Ruiz again. Ball into the box, cleared out there by Michele. And it's now taken down again here by Fabian Ruiz. He's going to throw this now into Rodri. And Rodri now turns, plays it across to Kubasi. And Kubasi now into midfield again there to Fabian Ruiz. Now to this near side with Lamine Yamal. He gives it back to Porro. He gets it back now to Lamine Yamal. But it was cleared away there before it could reach Yamal by Michele. And out of play there for a Spain throw. Which will be taken by Pedro Porro. on the near side. He launches it in now to Rodri and gives it back now to Pedro Porro. And again now to Rodri. Further inside now to Alex Biner, who tries to dink it over the top. Can't do so. Cleared away by the Kuiper. And now De Bruyne can chase this one down. And it's taken down there by Laporte. And it's now with Rodri. Rodri through to Olmo. Olmo now out to Yamal. Lamine Yamal now into Olmo. There's one back there by Raskin. Now to Doku. Doku chasing away with the ball. Good run this, but it's blocked off there by Fabian Ruiz. Doku gets it back there off of the Catalera. He's gone wider now to that far side with Castagna. Now goes back to Ngoy. Ngoy across to Michele. Hello, Violet. Welcome in. How are we? It's now with De Bruyne. And De Bruyne goes back to Michele. And Michele looks up and plays it back now to Courtois. Thibaut Courtois now gives it across to Nathan Ngoy. Ngoy further wider to Castagna. And Castagna now clears this one long upfield, but it's headed inside there by Laporte, and it's now with Rodri. Rodri now goes across to Fabian Ruiz. Ruiz turns, gives it back across to Rodri. And Rodri now looks up and plays it sideways there to Kabasi. Kabasi now down the line to Pedro Porro. Porro now tries to get it inside towards Elmo, but deflected by Raskin. Out to Kuiper. He now tries to play it into the Catalan, but it's set there by Laporte. And it's now with Yazbal. It's now to Cucurella. Cucurella inside to Ruiz. Ruiz now further forward to Biner. Back to Ruiz. And gives it to Rodri. Rodri then sprays it out to this near side to Lamine Yamal. But it's cleared away there by De Kuiper. Yeah, it's really warm, isn't it? It's now with Porro. This throw on this near side. And Pedro Porro launches into Danny Olmo. Olmo gives this one back to Porro, and Porro now to Kabasi. Kabasi now plays it across to Laporte. And Laporte then turns and gives this one back again down to Kabasi. Kabasi to Laporte. Laporte carries this ball away now and gives it away instead there to Ngoy. Ngoy now to De Kuiper, and De Kuiper gives it back to Michele. He plays it back to De Kuiper. Further forward to De Bruyne. It's no Doku, but he can't quite get around Porro, and it's going to be a throw over on this near side. Yes, I'm warm too, and a little bit tired to be fair, but we move. It's now going to be across to Ngoy. Ngoy now plays it back to Courtois, and Thibaut Courtois now slows it down and clears one long upfield there, looking out to the run of Leandro Trossard, but Unai Simon has that one covered. And looks up and then bowls this one out to Kubasi. Kubasi looks up. Then plays it forward to Danny Olmo. And then plays it wider to Porro. Porro then gives it back to Kubasi. And Kubasi now across to Laporte. Laporte plays it forward to Rodri. And Rodri now across to Biner. Now to Rodri again. It's now forward towards Olmo. But it's intercepted there by De Bruyne. Can't quite get through. It's now with Cucurella. And Cucurella makes a little bit of a mess of that. It's going to go out to play for a throw to Belgium. And it's now gone back to Ngoy. Ngoy, he now plays it to Courtois. And Courtois now plays it to this near side with Michele. Michele plays it forward over top now into De Bruyne. De Bruyne takes it down, looks towards Doku. Can't quite get there because Kabasi's there. And Porro now inside to Rodri. It's now with Yamal, who goes further inside and across to Biner. Biner looks up. He's got Fabian Ruiz made a run in front of him because instead of Rodri, and it's now out towards Cucurella. Cucurella now wider to Ruiz. Ruiz now further down the line towards Lamine Yamal on that far side. He gets fouled. It's going to be a free kick to Spain. And Michael Oliver has given a free kick over there for a pullback on Lamine Yamal. So Yamal and Biner are over this. And the first early chance for Spain to take the lead in this first half. As I think Yamal will probably the one to whip it. As he's buying it low, in towards Cucurella. It's flicked up, but only now as far as Fabian Ruiz, who slides it in low. Rodri hits a shot blocked by Ngoy, headed forward again by Cucurella. And it's now gone wider towards number 21 there, Timothy Castagna, who clears that one long. And it's now gone back forward again by Spain, only as far there as Nicolas Raskin, who plays it back to Thibaut Courtois. Courtois out now as far as number 23 there, Nicolas Raskin. He plays it across to Ngoy, and Ngoy back to Nicolas Raskin. It's now with Michele. Michele round the corner to Doku. Now, there's a foul there by Porro on Doku, and it's going to be a free kick to Belgium. With 10 minutes gone here, it's Spain 0, Belgium 0 from Los Angeles. As it's now with De Kuiper. De Kuiper gives this one back now to Courtois, and Courtois gives it out to Ngoy. Ngoy looks up, plays it back across to Courtois, and Courtois now gives it across to Michele. Michele, he looks up, plays it over the top now, looking for the road to Catalet, heads it back, intercepted there by Fabian Ruiz. Now to Porro. Porro inside to Laporte. Laporte now gives it further forward to Rodri. Rodri carries the ball forward, looks up and plays it across to Fabian Ruiz. Ruiz now tries to give it towards Olmo, can't do so. Kuiper intercepts and plays it forward to the number 20 there, which is. Wait, hold on. Oh, hold on. There's been a change here. That's why nothing's making sense to me. I just realised in the lineup, Yuri Tielemans has not made the game by the looks of it, after being named in the starting lineup, and Hans Vanaken has actually replaced Yuri Tielemans. Hans Vanaken. Okay. So that's an early change there for Belgium, which I didn't realise. As it's now into the box with Lamine Yamal. He's claiming handball, nothing given, and it's gone out to play for a corner there, I believe. I've not seen anything given from Michael Oliver yet. It may even be a goal kick. But Hans Vanaken has started the game in place of Yuri Tielemans, who's now had an injury in the warm-up, I'm guessing. And it hit Ngoy on the side. It's actually Binder that was claimed for it. It's going to be a goal kick in the end. And it's cleared long up towards De Bruyne. Now down to Doku. Doku charging forward here is Jeremy Doku. Goes round the corner, looking there towards the number 5 there, De Kuiper, but it goes straight into the hands of Unai Simon. And Unai Simon now is going to probably clear this one long, I believe. But we're now looking at Rudy Garcia again, the Belgian. It's now with Pau Kibasi, who's now strolling forward and looks up and plays it forward now to, I believe that was Oyarzabal. It's now with Laporte and Laporte to Kibasi. Kibasi into Olmo. Olmo further inside to Rodri. He goes back now to Kibasi and Kibasi to Laporte. Laporte carries the ball forward. Still going now as Laporte. He cuts inside, looks up, and then still has it now as Laporte, and then plays it forward to Fabian Ruiz. Clears it wider now to Cucurella. Cucurella intercepted there by Vanaken. And now played back to Cucurella. Cucurella now to Rodri. Rodri to Olmo. Olmo now plays it wide to near side to Yamal. Inside towards Porro, but it's now De Bruyne to Doku. Doku can now come scampering forward. He tries to cut inside. Does manage to get inside. Good running here from Doku. And then plays it out to that far side to Trossard. Trossard now cuts inside. Shot blocked there by Cucurella. Comes back now to Trossard, who heads it out to Castagna. Castagna tries to dig it over the top there, looking towards Trossard, nothing doing, and it's going to go out for a throw. And it's now come down to Ngoy, Nathan Ngoy. Now gives it to Michele, and Michele further forward now to Cataleta Doku. Doku can't quite get past Yamal, so he turns and goes the other way. There's Lamine Yamal, turns. Good play this from Lamine Yamal to turn back inside and retain the ball. Hits it then straight into Van Aken. It's now with Rodri. Rodri then dinks the ball out to Mark Cucurella. Cucurella, the new Real Madrid signing. He gives it inside now to Ruiz, and it's now with Rodri. Rodri now plays it back to Fabian Ruiz, who gives it now down that near side to Biner. Alex Biner cuts inside, slides it now inside to Olmo. Olmo flicks it up, did a few tricks, and then loses out there to the number 21, which is Timothy Castagna. And Doku tried to get away from Yamal there, couldn't do so. There's a bit of controversy as to whether Yamal took the ball out of play there on the turn, but wasn't adjudged to. And Belgium do have a goal kick with Thibaut Courtois. Cleared long there by Courtois up towards Catalet, and in the end, it's going to go all the way through again to Unai Simon, who then bowls this ball out to Kibasi. Kibasi now to Rodri. Rodri looks up and turns and plays it now to Laporte. Laporte now to Kibasi. Kibasi now inside to Ruiz, and Ruiz to Rodri. Rodri now down this near side to Pedro Porro, who slides it down and gets it back to Pedro Porro, scampering forward. Now plays the ball over top towards the run there of Alex Biner, but there's been too much on that, and it's going to go out of play for another Belgian goal kick. Still, after now 16, nearly 17 minutes here, Spain 0, Belgium 0. Courtois now plays it to Ngoy. Ngoy further wide there to Castagna. Castagna gives it inside to Vatican, and Vatican tries to clear it forward, but it's taken down there by Rodri, and Rodri now gives it to Lamine Yamal on the spin. He goes down, nothing given, and Doku can come away with this one. And Jeremy Doku through the middle now, charging forward, looks up, slides it to Leandro Trossard. Never particularly like he had it under control, but Doku got it back there. It's now with Castagna, who whips the ball into the box. And the keeper tries to head it towards goal, doesn't quite get there. And there's just to have been a foul there by the keeper. And it's going to be a free kick to Spain. Lamine Yamal was trying to claim a foul for this, but I'm not quite convinced. That was very soft. And in the end, there was a foul on Pedro Porro by the keeper as he arrived into the box there at the back post. Unai Simon now plays it to Kibasi, and Kibasi carries the ball out and plays it forward now towards Yazabal. Nothing, can't quite get through. I think it was Trossard there, so now Cucurella to Fabian Ruiz. Now goes back to Laporte. Aymeric Laporte carries the ball out and plays it across to Kibasi, and Kibasi now clears it long, way too much on that into the hands of Thibaut Courtois. Pretty even start to this first half. First 18, nearly 19 minutes as Courtois clears this one long, and it's now going to look for the run there of Nicholas Raskin, but Unai Simon has the composure to play that round to Kibasi, and it's now out to Ruiz, and now goes back again to Unai Simon. Simon then clears this one long out towards Yazabel. It's now with Olmo. Olmo goes round his man there, Doku, and goes forward to Olmo. Wider now to Pedro Porro. Porro, wide on that far side, plays the ball into the middle. Can't quite get through the crowd of bodies, and in the end, there's just a bit of foul on Michele by Yamal, and it's going to be a free kick to Belgium. 19 minutes gone, Spain 0, Belgium 0, here in Los Angeles. as we await the first goal and to find out who will go and play France in Dallas. It's now with Michele, forward now to De Bruyne. De Bruyne around the corner. Can't quite get the ball through from De Kuiper to Catalet. So Porro tracks the ball down and gives it now inside to Rodri. Rodri turns. Good ball this by Rodri. And it's now going to play it inside to Olmo. Olmo now goes back to Kibasi. And Kibasi back inside to Olmo. Olmo now gives it wider to Biner. Biner inside towards Ruiz. And Ruiz now turns and plays it down this near side to Rodri. Rodri now backing across to Kibasi. And Kibasi now into midfield turns and gives this one back to Rodri. Rodri plays it now around the corner towards Ruiz. Ruiz tries to give it into Olmo. However, it's blocked. Now there's a shot by Lamine Yamal who just goes wide. He's claiming a corner. Nothing given by Michael Oliver. And it's going to be a goal kick to Belgium. And after 20 minutes here, I'd have to say that Spain are pushing. But I don't think that so far Belgium have looked that out of shape either. So they could really challenge Spain going the other way. It's now with Nicholas Raskin who gives it wider to De Kuiper. De Kuiper now across to Van Aken, now to De Bruyne. De Bruyne dinks the ball over the top, looking towards a run there of the number 17, Charles de Catalet. Couldn't quite get there. It's now back with Raskin inside to Doku. Doku looks up. Now tries to play it wide towards De Bruyne, but there's too much on that pass. It's going to go out for a Spain throw. As Pedro Porro gets ready to take this throw and launch it into Olmo. Back to Porro. Porro now clears one long over top, looking towards Yazabal. Yazabal now inside to Lamine Yamal. And the game has stopped here for a free kick. But for foul by Ngoy. And Rodri now takes it across to Laporte. Laporte across to Kibasi. Kibasi now gives it down to Olmo. Danny Olmo scampering out here. Plays now down this near side to Porro. Porro gives it inside to Olmo, who flicks it around the corner there to Yamal. Yamal cuts inside. The ball's still in play, but it was won back there by Michele and now De Kuiper. Inside to De Bruyne. Now to Doku. Jeremy Doku trying to come forward here. Cuts inside. Now plays it back to Raskin. And Raskin plays it out to the far side now. Looking there for the Castagna. Nothing doing here. It's going to be a throw. But I think we have reached the first half hydration break. With it still being Spain 0, Belgium 0. So yes, after the first 22 and a half minutes here, it is Spain 0, Belgium 0. Very competitive first 25, 23 and a half minutes here. Couldn't really tell you who looks like they're going to come out on top so far because it's both fairly even. And to be honest, I think Spain would be expecting more from their front line of Biner, Olmo, Yamal, and Yazabel. Whereas I think Belgium are probably more content with holding out Spain for the first 23 minutes here, nearly 25 minutes. And Ngoy and Michele definitely look composed at the back so far. Let's hope I don't curse it going into the second half of the first half here. There's definitely options for the second half as well. I mean, Belgium have lost 3 players Now, in their squad, Debast, Unana, and Tillemans are not involved today. So they are free light, whereas Spain have everybody available in their bench, and they've got options like Marino, Munoz, Pedri, Pino, Torres, and obviously the Spanish Nico Williams. But so far, no one has particularly lit this game alight. So we get to the hydration break, and hopefully both managers can instill a little bit of confidence here in the sides that they can eventually progress more expansively up the field and create a few chances. Because so far, we've not seen that from either side. I think Belgium probably have been disrupted by that late change from Yuri Tielemans to Hans Vanaken. They're probably a little bit shocked by that, which is why um, now they're probably just trying to hold it together for as long as they can. As we now wait for Mark Cucurella to take the throw, and he throws it back now to Aymeric Laporte. Laporte now brings it inside and plays it across to Kibasi. Kibasi now forward to Olmo, and Olmo goes back to Kibasi. Kibasi goes further back now to Unai Simon, and Unai Simon looks up, and he still slows the ball down, and then clears the ball over the top, looking towards Yamal. It's headed forward by De Kuiper as far as Doku, but can now only get as far now as Rodri. And no, sorry, Porro. Porro throws the ball into Kibasi, and Kibasi gives it inside to Ruiz and gets it back now to Kibasi. He then turns and gives it back to Unai Simon, and Unai Simon plays it wider to Laporte. Laporte now to Rodri, and Rodri further down the near side to Kibasi. It's cleared long over the top here, going through towards Courtois, and Courtois claims this and can now bowl this one out to De Kuiper, and De Kuiper inside to Michele. Michele goes back to Courtois, and Courtois now gets hold of it and clears this one long upfield, looking there towards the flick on from De Catalet. Doku's putting puts him under pressure, wins it down to Doku. Doku can't quite get through. I think it's Porro. It's now Yamal inside towards Rodri. Porro then plays it back to Kibasi and inside now to Rodri. Rodri. He now looks up and plays it across to Fabian Ruiz. Now outside to Cucurella. Cucurella scampering forward now. The Spaniard now plays it inside to Fabian Ruiz. And Ruiz goes back to Rodri. Rodri across now to Kibasi. And Kibasi now carries the ball and squares it across to Yamal. Lamine Yamal scampers towards the box. Whips the ball in and too much on that. And into the hands of Thibaut Courtois. He's bowled it out quickly there to Castagna. Castagna now carrying the ball forward and tries to play the ball round the corner, looking towards De Bruyne. It's cleared out there by Kibasi. Castagna stayed down, but he's going to get up there, drop the ball for the free kick, and play it backwards to Ngoy. Actually, it's inside to Vanaken, and now to Nathan Ngoy. And Ngoy across to Michele. Michele. He now plays down to the near side to Jeremy Doku. Doku slides it forward now to Raskin. Further now to Doku. And Doku now cuts inside and plays it across there to De Catalet. It's now gone wider now again with Raskin. Raskin now gives it back to Ngoy. And then Ngoy now looks up and plays it across here to Michele. Michele turns and gives it back now to Nathan Ngoy. And Ngoy gives it across there to Castagna. Castagna now down the line here gets it back and then cuts inside and gives it to De Bruyne. De Bruyne tries to go over the top. The guys would be offside, so they have to leave it. And it's going to go all the way through to Unai Simon. Simon now to Kibasi. Kibasi carrying the ball forward. Still going down as Kibasi and plays it wider to Porro. Porro Plays it inside to Lamine Yamal. Gets it back now to Pedro Porro. Pulls it back to Olmo. Save by Courtois. And in the end, it's put in there by Fabian Ruiz. Inside on half an hour. Spain take the lead here through Fabian Ruiz. Courtois palms out the initial shot from Dani Olmo, but he can't keep out Fabian Ruiz. And Spain take the early lead here inside the first 30 minutes. Minutes. Oh, I've put that on the wrong side. Ugh. Ruiz. But Spain take the lead here. There's an early shot from Olmo, pushed more into the box, and it goes through the inside, the nutmeg of Castagna, and into the far corner. Spain take the lead here through Fabian Ruiz. And it's now Courtois can close forward again here, up towards Castagna, now inside and out towards Trossard, but it's one back there by Biner. There's adjudged to have been a foul on the Belgian guy here. Castagna is still not particularly happy with something, so Van Aken goes up with Cucurella, and then Cucurella on his way down. Oh, he's caught him with his hand and he comes down as Cucurella. That's what Castagna's not happy with. He took one in the face there from Marc Cucurella, so it's going to be a little bit of a stoppage here whilst Castagna gets patched up. But there's a great goal there from Fabian Ruiz. Managed to get in behind off the shot rebound from Dani Olmo to smash this one into the top of the net and put Spain ahead, which sets them up currently with a game against France in the semi-finals. And what a game that would be. I think Castagna's made it to the side of the pitch here, so we can get restarted. And Aymeric Laporte now plays it inside to Rodri. Rodri carries the ball forward and gets towards halfway and clears it out towards the far side to Alex Biner. Biner heads it down. It's flicked up in the air there off of Hans Vanaken, and it goes out of play for a throw. It's now with Rodri. Rodri now across to Pedro Porro. Porro turns, looks up, and then plays it out towards Yamal, back inside to Pedro Porro. And Pedro Porro now to Kibasi. Kibasi now to Fabian Ruiz. Ruiz further forward to Biner. Back to Ruiz, now to Cucurella. It's now with Kibasi. Who gives it wide to Yamal. Yamal gets towards the edge of the box. Cuts inside. Looks up. Plays it back to Rodri. Rodri then dinks the ball into the box and then Goy can head out. He goes over the Catalan's head with Kibasi. Kibasi now to Porro. And Porro goes back inside to Kibasi. Kibasi now to Lamine Yamal. Yamal tricked past free. Good movement there. Then goes down. Again, looking for it maybe. But I think he has got the free kick on this occasion. Has Lamine Yamal in a very dangerous position here. Spain could take advantage of. As Lamine Yamal cuts inside. Yeah, he's pushed over there by Doku. Actually pulled back by Doku and then pushed. So there's about double fouls in that one. So there's going to be a free kick on the edge of the box here, just outside the D to the right hand side. It's a good curling opportunity if you can get a decent amount of whip on it into that far corner. We'll see what happens. Courtois organises wall. You've got Yazabel, Yamal, Olmo all over this. And Courtois patiently waits, almost moved away from it. Yamal is still over this one. It's now Yamal, I think it's Biner and... Okay, Yazabel's moved away. So I think it's between Biner and Yamal. It's going to be Lamine Yamal to whip this one around the corner. Courtois pushes this one out. Comes out towards Fabian Ruiz again here, but this time couldn't quite get the shot away. And it's put behind in the end by Doku for a corner. Courtois is not looking very convincing with his push-outs so far. Again, he pushed that one straight out into the middle of the box. And it's now going to be a corner, which is going to be taken by Alex Biner. And now it's gone across to Fabian Ruiz. Ruiz now inside to Olmo. Olmo. The referee's got in the way there. And Marklover's got in the way there of Danny Olmo. He's apologising to Danny Olmo. So I think we're going to get a restart drop ball here as Olmo is trying to get through. And good marking there from the referee. He basically blocked off Danny Olmo in his tracks. Get out of the way at Michael Oliver. It's not like an English referee to get in the way, is it? As the Belgian substitutes are now warming up. There's a lot of them here. And the drop ball there to Danny Olmo. It's now played to Rodri. Rodri now to Kibasi. And Kibasi down to the side to Yamal. It's now with Pedro Porro. Porro now plays it further inside to Laporte. And Laporte looks up and plays the ball over the top here. Looking towards Alex Biner. He takes the ball down. Hits the shot. It's gone. It's going to be offside. Actually, no, it's going to be handball. He's just have handballed this. So it's going to be a free kick to Belgium. Yeah, it comes off the top of his arm. So that's going to be handball against Alex Biner. And Kibasi's now played this one back. So they've obviously given the ball away here. It's going to be offside for Spain have a free kick anyway. As we're now about 9 minutes away from half time. It's now with Laporte. He gives it wider now towards Biner. It's now gone back to Simon. And Simon now out to Kibasi. Kibasi forward to Rodri. Back to Kibasi. He now turns. Gives it back inside to Rodri. And Rodri now gives it all the way back to Courtois. Simon. Simon clears it long looking towards Yamal. It's now gone up towards Olmo. Olmo tries to play this through the gap towards Yamal. That's intercepted there by De Kuyper. It's now gone back to Courtois. And Courtois clears this one long upfield now towards De Catalan, but it's headed back towards Olmo. Olmo now to Rodri. Rodri tricks past a couple, then turns and plays it back inside now to number 12 there, which is 12. Probably actually Kibasi, Porro, sorry, that was. It's now with Ruiz. Ruiz back inside now to Biner. Now to Olmo. And Olmo plays it forward towards Yazabal. But instead there now De Bruyne has it. And De Bruyne dinks one over top towards Catalan. But that's intercepted by Rodri. Played a very strange clearance angle. In the end, it's going to probably be collected there by Marc Cucurella. And now played forward to Fabian Ruiz. Fabian Ruiz. Now to Rodri. Rodri now looks up. And played forward there to, I think that was Yazabal, but it's one back there. And batted away by Cucurella and Van Aken. It's now gone forward by Castagna now towards the Catalan. Catalan battling with Laporte. Still battling with Laporte, even off the field. And in the end, I think he's got a throw. Laporte wasn't very forthcoming giving him the ball back. So the Catalan hits the ground. And it's still gonna be a Belgian throw, which is now thrown in to Van Aken. And Raskin's lost out there to Ruiz now with Yamal, who gives it further wide to Porro. Porro, he turns and gives it back to Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal now turns again, looks up, and turns again back the other way. And he now gives it to Porro. Porro now to Rodri. Rodri, he plays it across to the far side to Cucurella. And Cucurella now to Danny Olmo. Olmo, he gives it to Rodri. Rodri further down the near side to Yamal. Cuts inside. Good trickery. Hits the shot. It hits stanchion behind the goal. And that was another early chance there for Lamine Yamal. Really, probably should have been aiming for the far corner. He might have got a bit more purchase if he went for the far corner and not the near post, the near corner, because they was always going to have that one blocked off. Courtois clears this one long again here, up towards the Catalan. He's flicked that one on, but it's headed back forward there by Kibasi, headed down there by the Catalan to Doku. Doku trying to get around Porro. It's Jeremy Doku. Still going now is Doku. Good run. Now slides the ball across towards the edge of the area. Comes out towards Trossard. And Trossard now out to that far side with Castagna. Castagna whips the ball in, cleared away by Fabian Ruiz. Back to Trossard. It's now Castagna. Inside again here to De Bruyne. Wider against Trossard. It's whipped into Catalan. What a header that was from the Catalan. And Belgium have equalised. The Catalan flicks it past Unai Simon. And Belgium have equalised. On 40 minutes here, Belgium score an equaliser through Charles de Catalan. De Catalan. Oh, oh, come on, computer, work. Catalan. Okay, so Charles de Catalan scores on 40. Good header that. Managed to get there ahead of Kibasi and head that one low into the bottom right hand corner. Good glancing header. Simon could not do anything about that. And it's Spain 1, Belgium 1 in this first half. As it's now with Porro inside to Kibasi. Kibasi now plays it across to Laporte. Laporte now gives it back to Kibasi. And Kibasi down this near side to Porro. Porro tries to play this one down the line. It's well held on to by the Kuiper. And the Kuiper tries to play it through, but Kibasi wins it. It comes all the way back now to Castagna. And Castagna to Ngoy. Ngoy now to Vatican. It's now back now with Ngoy. Ngoy to Courtois. And Courtois down this near side to Michele. Michele. Now to De Kuiper. Inside further to Trossard. Trossard turns. That's a good turn. He now slides it down the line towards the Catalan. Kibasi got in a bit of a mess there and ends up fouling De Bruyne before he can go through. And that's a yellow card for Pau Kibasi. Actually still wanting Spain to come out on top here. Oh. And as De Bruyne tried to fly forward, Kibasi just pulls the back of his shirt. And it's going to be a free kick to Belgium. Oh, pretty sore there. It's now with Michele. Gives sorry, that's the Kuiper. He's given that to Trossard, and Trossard wide to Ngoy. Down the line further to Castagna. Now around the corner again here to the Catalan. Catalan. Now back with Castagna to Ngoy. And Ngoy now plays it down this near side to Ruskin. Ruskin. He gives it across now to Ngoy. And Ngoy further wider to Castagna. Castagna goes round the corner here to Trossard. And it's got out of play for a Belgian throw. Catalan's battling hard up there by himself. It's now gone back to Michele. And Michele forward now to Van Aken. But it's intercepted there by Biner. But one back again by Castagna. Good battling in the middle of the park here. It's gone back to Yamal. But one there by the Kuiper unfairly. And I think it's going to be a Spain free kick. As we are heading very close to the end of time here. It's now wide of Yamal. Yamal twists, turns, gives it back now to Porro. Porro now further back to Kibasi, and Kibasi now to Laporte. Laporte forward to Biner. Biner. He now plays it to Porro, and Porro further down this near side to Lamine Yamal. Yamal now pulls it back to Biner. Biner now plays it forward towards Porro, who just skies that one. Oh. But a good cross in there by Castagna for the Belgian goal, and a good flying header by the Catalan. Sorry about that. And it's now going to be 5 minutes of added time here for us to wade through for half time. And it's now with Kibasi. It has to be fair, hasn't it? It's now with Laporte. Laporte back across to Kibasi. And Kibasi now plays it forward, looking towards Olmo. Olmo tries to take this ball down, and it's cleared out there by Michele for a corner. It probably helps there's been 2 goals, to be fair. And it's now out on that far side with, I think it's Alex Biner. Laporte, Rodri, and I think Kibasi have all come forward. Yamal's going to go wider here, try and take this one. Well, to receive this from Biner. Ball's whipped in towards the near post and headed out there by De Bruyne for another corner. So again, here we're going to get another one. I think it might even be Fabian Ruiz that's out there to take this corner. Actually, he's on the edge of the box. So Biner does put this one in. It comes all the way through towards Rodri, out towards Fabian Ruiz. Shot blocked there by the Catalan. Good block. He's now trying to counter the other way. Now trying to play through towards Doku, but Danny Olmo's there. Olmo can now come charging forward the other way and slide it wide to that far side to Alex Biner. Biner looks up, turns again. Good turn, and then plays now wider to Yamal on the same side. Yamal now turns, twists, turns, plays it to Biner, and Biner still on that far side, whips the ball into the box. Too much on that. It's going to go all the way through and out to play for a goal kick to Belgium. They were trying to say a foul there, but there wasn't much in that. And it's now going to be a goal kick declared by Thibaut Courtois. Courtois clears this one long up towards Doku. Doku couldn't quite control it. It's got out of play for a throw, which Pedro Porro is going to take. Porro with this throw launches it into Olmo. Olmo round the corner now to Yamal. It's taken down, and there's been a collision there in the middle of the park. That's quite a nasty collision there between 2 Spain players. I think it's is it Oyarzabal and Yamal? Oyarzabal and Olmo, sorry. Both collide together here. Off basically trying to go for the same ball. That could have been quite nasty, but it's not. They've managed to get up, and I think they're going to both be okay here. Pedri's barking out instructions, sitting down from just outside the dugout. The Spanish midfielder. Probably get another minute added on for this stoppage now. As it's going to be a drop ball to Belgium, as it wasn't really their fault. So they received the ball. Have now gone back to Courtois, and Courtois clears this one long up towards Doku into Catalan. Catalan takes down. It's now gone back to Van Aken, wider to De Bruyne. De Bruyne further wide to Doku. Jeremy Doku into the box. Still goes Doku. Looks up, battling with it. Turns, goes back the other way. Doku still got it. Whips the ball out across the area and out of play for a goal kick to Unai Simon. And Unai Simon still has this. He's going to clear this one long, I think. So everyone's going to make a jog forward. And he does clear this one long, Unai Simon. Up down towards Yazabal. Can't quite take this down. There's alleged to have been a foul in the middle there on Nicholas Raskin. So it's going to be a free kick to Belgium. Yeah, Yazabal just nudges Raskin there. That's going to be a free kick to Belgium. And I believe Raskin is going to take this wider, I think. One side or the other. They got to be quick here. Raskin clears this one upfield. But in the end, that's half time. Spain 1, Belgium 1 here in Los Angeles at half time. Goals from Fabian Ruiz and Charles de Catalet are basically where we stand. So at the break, Spain 1, Belgium 1. We're going to take a quick 15-minute break here, and I shall be back for the second half in just under 15 minutes' time. Do not go anywhere. Welcome back for the second half here in Los Angeles, where we will start with Spain 1, Belgium 1 as the score from the first half. I did realise at half time that the graphic was showing 1-0 for some strange reason, so I did try to rectify that for the second half of half time. I love software. But we are nearly just about ready for kickoff here. Rudy Garcia is just walking back to his dugout, and we shall get underway very shortly with Spain kicking us off and Oyarzabal in about 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are underway. Oyarzabal is giving it back to Rodri, and Rodri is now giving it wide to that far side with Pedro Porro. Porro now to Kubasi. Kubasi. He now looks up and plays it back across to Pedro Porro. Pedro Porro. He now plays it back across to Kubasi, and Kubasi down to this near side with Aymeric Laporte. Laporte looks up now, plays to Cucurella, and Cucurella back to Laporte. He now plays it, goes all the way back to Unai Simon, and Unai Simon to Aymeric Laporte. Actually, that's probably Rodri, sorry. Rodri now inside to Fabian Ruiz, now to Laporte, down this near side. He gives it now to Cucurella. Cucurella. He now plays it inside to Fabian Ruiz, and Fabian Ruiz now forward to Biner. Biner tries to get it forward to Cucurella, and Cucurella has fouled Timothy Castagna. He can't quite believe it, but he did. He shoved him over. That's a free kick to Belgium. Actually, not Castagna. That's Trossard, sorry, that he shoved over. And now Courtois can clear this one long, up and out towards Charles Catalet. And Charles Catalet plays the ball, pushes it round Cucurella, and it's now going towards the edge of the box. And in the end, he pushes it too far in front of him and loses the ball. And it's going to go out for a goal kick to Spain. Fast start from both sides here, trying to get that next goal. And it's now with Dani Olmo, who's been fouled there by, I think it was Michele, and he's going to have a free kick there for Spain, just inside their own half. But Belgium are coming forward quickly again with Doku. Doku tries to slide it through the gap. It goes all the way through, and Unai Simon had to come out and claim that before Charles Catalet got there. He has bowled it out now to Marc Cucurella, and Cucurella now plays it back to Laporte. Laporte goes across to Kubasi. Kubasi, he's now carrying the ball forward, still going as Kubasi. Good ball carrying this towards halfway. Now plays the Fabian Ruiz, gives it back to Kubasi. And Kubasi now slides the ball forward to Oyarzabal. Oyarzabal, wide as Yamal. Yamal back to Porro. Porro goes further back to Kubasi. And Kubasi now has hold of it and plays this ball forward through the gap towards Lamine Yamal, who skips through but easily closed down there by Courtois. And he would have been offside anyway if he had put the ball in. But Courtois wasn't to know that, and superbly comes out and makes it difficult for Lamine Yamal. And he was just offside there. Lamine Yamal didn't time the run. Courtois didn't know that. He had to make himself big and did just enough. And Yamal saying that's tight. Yes, it was very tight, Lamine, but you were offside. Courtois now clears this one long, upfield, up towards the Catalan, but it's won back there by, I think it was Porro. Actually, Kabasi has got to play for a throw over on that far side for Belgium, which the fullback over on that side will take, which should be De Kuiper, and it's now cleared up towards Dani Olmo, but it's now brought down there by Raskin. Actually, that's Vanica, Trossard turns again and brings it across the field up towards this near side, and now plays it down to Castagna. Castagna gives the ball away. It's gone out for a throw. Cucurella gets ready to take this throw. He's asking for movement, then throws it into Fabian Ruiz. Ruiz now takes it down. He's saying, am I fouled? No, you're not fouled. So it's going to go out for a throw, which Cucurella is now Played the ball back to Laporte. Laporte now to Rodri. Rodri. He now plays it, gives it away to De Bruyne. De Bruyne now can play it down this near side to Jeremy Doku. Doku scampering down this near side, trying to get past Rodri and then past Laporte. He can't get past either. It's going to be a corner to Belgium after it comes off of Aymeric Laporte. Good block there, and Laporte did everything he possibly could to block Jeremy Doku there from getting through. He just couldn't quite stop the ball from going out of play. It's going to be a corner on this near side for Belgium. First 5 minutes here, Belgium are definitely looking like the more promising side, and Kevin De Bruyne is going to get ready to whip this ball in. De Bruyne whips it in to the box. It's flicked out there by Biner, but it's also a bit foul on Biner, so it's going to be a free kick to Spain. It's now with Laporte and he gives to Kibasi. Kibasi. He now carries the ball forward and looks up. He's not got much movement in front of him, so he just keeps hold of it. He's still not got much movement. Then sideways it to Porro. Porro then goes round and gives it to Yamal. Porro's continued his run. So Yamal dinks it back over towards Porro. But Nathan N'Goy gets there and puts that ball out of play. And it's going to be a throw to Spain, level the penalty area. He's taken quicker now into Yamal. Yamal plays the ball all the way out to his near side to Biner, who heads in now to Yazabal. Now to Fabian Ruiz. Now to Cucurella. Cucurella now gives it back down the line to Biner. Biden tries to go round, thinks better of it, gives it back to Ruiz. Now to Rodri. Rodri across there to Pedro Porro, and now out to Lamine Yamal. Yamal on this far side. Cuts inside, then gives it back to Rodri. Rodri now across to Cucurella. Cucurella now gives it back to Laporte. Laporte now gives it down this near side to Oyarzabal. Oyarzabal further inside now to Biner, and Biner gives it across now to Kibasi. Kibasi now to Porro. Porro to Yamal. Yamal cuts inside, now plays to Cucurella, lays it off to Fabian Ruiz. Now to Oyarzabal, to Cucurella again. He's battling for it. There's now a shot from Yamal, deflected behind for a Spain corner. Spain now pushing. Corner on that far side now to be taken. And it's now Yamal who whips it in towards the back post. Comes out as far as Dani Olmo, who fires us over the bar. That was a chance for Dani Olmo to shape up towards the top corner there, but instead he balloons us over the bar. And number 7, Ferran Torres, is stripped and ready for Spain. And also, I think that's Pedri. Yeah, Pedri is also ready. Spain readying changes early in the second half. It's now gone up towards De Bruyne, but it's now won back there by Porro, and then played to this near side to Biner. Biner now goes back to Cucurella. He plays it forward to Fabian Ruiz. Fabian Ruiz now coming forward, looks, turns, then carries it forward again. Now to Rodri. Rodri, he sprays it now to Cucurella. Cucurella slides around the corner towards Ruiz, and it's going all the way through into the hands of Thibaut Courtois. 53 minutes gone. It is still Spain 1, Belgium 1. It's now with Nathan N'Goy to Castagna. Castagna cuts inside, then plays it over the top there, looking for probably the castle there, but nobody was there. So it's got all the way through to Unai Simon, and Simon now plays it to Kibasi. Kibasi now to Rodri. Rodri in towards, it was trying to get towards Biden, but he gives it away to Van Aken. And now Trossard. Trossard again to Van Aken. He plays it around the corner to Michele. And Michele now out to that far side with the Kuiper. He plays it now to Jeremy Doku. Jeremy Doku keeps the ball in play. Now plays it inside to De Bruyne. De Bruyne to Van Aken. Back to De Bruyne. He goes back to Michele. And Michele now inside to Raskin. Raskin now plays it down this near side to N'Goy. N'Goy now to Castagna, and Castagna inside to Trossard. Trossard, He gives it across to far side with Michele. Michele further down now to De Bruyne. De Bruyne plays it through to Doku. Jeremy Doku out on that far side, trying to beat Porro. Plays it inside to De Bruyne. Gets it back now to Doku. Then tries to put it back. And then there's a shot into the side netting there by Maxime de Kuiper. That really should have been lifted into the box, to be fair, for a cross from de Kuiper, but it wasn't. And there's going to be a couple of changes. And Alex Biner's even afternoon is over. And he's going to be replaced by number 7, Ferran Torres. Number 7, Ferran Torres. And Fabian Ruiz is coming off for the number 20, Pedri. So no Fabian Ruiz after scoring the goal in the first half. He is now replaced by Pedri, and also Alex Biner coming. He wasn't really doing much on that left-hand side. He is now replaced by Ferran Torres. As Simon looks up towards the Yazabel now into Olmo. Olmo, he goes wider to Yamal. Lamine Yamal now plays the ball inside there to Pedri. He couldn't quite get the ball through the gap, so it's all the way back now to Pau Kubasi, and Kubasi can now recycle it with Porro. Porro, he gives it back to Kubasi, and now forward to Rodri, back to Kubasi. He now goes back to Simon, and Simon plays it out to Aymeric Laporte. Laporte now carries the ball forward, still going towards halfway. It goes over halfway. Now plays to Dani Olmo. Olmo turns now to Cucurella. Cucurella now plays it inside to Dani Olmo. Olmo, he goes back to Rodri, and Rodri gives it across now to Pedri. Pedri, he now gives it sideways to Pedro Porro, and Porro now looks up and plays it to Yamal. Lamine Yamal looks up, wants to cross it, doesn't cross it, cuts inside, gives it back to Pedri, and Pedri now plays it wider to Pedro Porro. Porro now dinks the ball way too much on that, and that's gone out of play for a goal kick. That was a pretty poor cross, in fairness, from Pedro Porro. And now Belgium are getting ready. Axel Witsel. He's getting some instructions off the now injured Amadou Onana. And I think also Romelu Lukaku is also getting ready. So we're going to get Witsel and Lukaku for Belgium coming soon. But Van Aken plays it now inside towards Trossard. This one back there by Torres. Torres now in towards Pedri, and he's fouled by Kevin De Bruyne. Well, actually, it's a throw. So Cucurella plays it inside to Rodri. Rodri turns, now plays it inside to Kubasi, and Kubasi now turns it out to the far side to Pedro Porro. Porro, he now gives it to Pedri, and Pedri carries the ball forward, plays it to Lamine Yamal. Yamal carries it forward, whips it into the box, pushed out there by Courtois, and Trossard has to dink that, but Rodri's now claimed it. And Rodri coming across to this near side turns. He's now got Cucurella out to the side, but gives it inside to Olmo. Dani Olmo turns. And now plays it back to Pedri. Pedri looks up. Now plays it square across this near side to Laporte. And is now with Rodri. Back to Laporte. And Laporte forward now to Pedri. Pedri now across to Kubasi. Kubasi. He gives it now down this near side with Lamine Yamal. Yamal charging forward. He gives it back now to Porro. Porro to Pedri. And Pedri now charging forward. Gives it now to Yamal. Yamal turns inside. Gives it away to Doku. And Jeremy Doku comes scampering forward. Can't quite get away from Lamine Yamal. That's going to be a free kick to Belgium as Doku is shoved over. Oh. And I don't know whether they're going to make the changes before this free kick or after. There's also going to be a third change as well for Belgium. They're really stacking. Number 18, I think that's Salamakers. But it's going to be De Bruyne gives it to De Ketelaere, but it's now gone back inside to De Ketelaere. De Ketelaere gives it away to Olmo, and Olmo back to Simon, and Simon can clear this one forward. And it's now headed by Michele up towards, it's one back by Olmo. Olmo, he's charging forward. Still carrying it now is Dani Olmo. up towards the penalty area. Olmo now looks up. He's got Cucurella to one side, but gives it back now to Laporte. Aymeric Laporte. Charging forward. Still going. Now plays it inside towards Pedri. Cucurella then whips it in, but it gets away there from Ferran Torres. And he's going to come down to the near side and a throw for Spain, which they wanted to take quickly. There's a delay, as now Belgium are going to make these subs. So off comes Leandro Trossard. And number 20 there, which is Hans Vanaken. And I'm assuming De Catalan may have come off as well. No, De Kuiper has also come off. So that's the left back, Maxime De Kuiper's evening done. On comes Witsel, Lukaku, and Says is actually the one that's come on. Yakim Says. Sayez. So we'll just get those added into the graphic for you. We have Yakim Says, where's number 18? Yakim Says. Central midfield, Axel Witsel, where's number 6? Axel Witsel. And there's going to be a reshuffle now, as I believe Charles de Catalan will be going wider. And big Romelu Lukaku will go through the middle. As I think he was number 9, doesn't he? Yeah, number 9, the Napoli striker, Romelu Lukaku. Right. So Simon's thrown this one out, and as far as it's come out to De Bruyne, and then it come back to Unai Simon. That was a chance there, whipped in by the number 23 Raskin. Couldn't quite get around the port. They were appealing for handball, nothing given, and now Rodri has played to Pedri. Pedri down the near side to Cucurella. Now to Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres gives it across now to Pedri. And Pedri inside of Dani Olmo. Oh. It's now, there's a shot there from number 21 for Spain, Oyarzabal. And it's easily saved by Thibaut Courtois. And that's gone out of play for a corner to Spain. Yamal skipped through, then played it through towards the Oyarzabal for the run. And the Oyarzabal just hit it. It deflects actually up and Goy and then into the grateful grasp of Courtois. But it's going to be a corner anyway because it came off his legs. It's now gone to Olmo. Olmo now across to Porro. Porro to Olmo. And Olmo back across to Pedro Porro. Porro now in the middle of the pitch. Plays it across to this near side with Ferran Torres. Torres charges inside and then leaves the ball there for the number 20 Pedri. Comes down to Rodri. Rodri now back to Pedri. And Pedri now carries this ball across and gives it to Porro. Porro now to Dani Olmo. Olmo wider to Lamine Yamal. Trying to skip past Doku. Can't quite do so. So passes it around the corner to Ferran Torres. That gives it back to Yamal. And it's blocked there by Nicholas Raskin. He's now trying to come scampering forward the other way. He tried to get it away from Olmo, but it's going to be a free kick there for Spain for a foul by Nicholas Raskin. And it's going to be a free kick which will be taken by Rodri as we just look at this foul from Nicholas Raskin on Dani Olmo. It's now with Laporte to Cucurella. Cucurella now. He gives it back to Aymeric Laporte. Laporte. He now plays it forward to Rodri, and Rodri now back to Kubasi. Kubasi. He carries the ball forward and then plays Dani Olmo. Olmo now further forward to Yamal. Yamal charges inside. It's now blocked off there by Says, and that's going to go out of play for I think a goal kick to Belgium. As we look again at Courtois' brilliant save there, as he's now going to clear this one forward upfield, and it's going to be flicked on there by De Bruyne to Lukaku, and Lukaku to Doku, but it's gone back there by Porro to Simon. Simon now to Laporte. Aymeric Laporte now gives it across to Kubasi. Kubasi now plays it forward to Dani Olmo. Olmo sprays it across to this near side towards Cucurella. Cucurella, good take. Plays it inside now to Pedri. Pedri cuts inside, turns, still goes Pedri. Now plays it to Oyarzabal. Oyarzabal now plays it to Marc Cucurella. Cucurella, he gives it back to Pedri. And Pedri now forward to Olmo. Olmo flicks it through to Ferran Torres. Torres turns, now plays it forward to Yamal. Yamal trying to beat his man, but it's now with Says, and Says gives to Doku. Doku can't quite get away from his man there. It's just been fouled by Ferran Torres, and that's going to be a free kick to Belgium. 65 minutes got here. It is still Spain 1, Belgium 1. From Los Angeles Stadium in Los Angeles. Courtois has gone down here. Doesn't look too good for Courtois. So he's going to need some treatment, is the goalkeeper for Belgium, Thibaut Courtois. They have got Sedi Lamins on the bench if they do need to replace Thibaut Courtois. He's saying it's his thigh. He's saying that it's his thigh muscle that's hurting him at the moment. As we look again here at Lamine Yamal's shot across the goal, which is pushed out there by Courtois. Oyarzabal's shot in at Courtois, which he defended well with that thigh, and he's just gone down there with the pain in his thigh. So wondering if that knock is still playing on him. But Tadika, whatever that username is, we don't need your AI viewers from the streamboo.com. Thank you very much. You can just tootle on by if you would. That'd be very nice. As we are taking the hydration break here, whilst Courtois gets himself sorted, so whether or not Courtois will appear after this is anybody's guess. But the hydration break is in action, so everybody will be able to get some fluids on board and get organised. I'm watching the Belgian huddle as closely as I can. I may come live for a pre-show tomorrow for England against Norway. It will not be as long as a commentary stream, and I won't be covering the game, but I may do a pre-match build-up stream if I feel like it. But it'll be interesting to see which one of these two manage to get through to play France. That's what is awaiting the winners here, is a game against France. Also, once you get guaranteed that semi-final, you're also guaranteed one game extra, whether it's a third place playoff or the final after that semi-final. So you'll still get one extra game regardless after your semi. So we'll have to see how this game pans out. Belgium probably have looked the more dangerous at the start of the half, but Spain definitely in the last 10 minutes or so have definitely made a bit more use of their chances. And we're now going to see what occurs from here. As the hydration break is nearly over, players are striding back into position here. So I'll take the hydration label back off for today. And the camera angle is still quite wide, so I couldn't tell you whether Courtois is continuing or not here. Courtois has come back onto the field, so I'm guessing they're going to try and get him through. So they're obviously doing a little bit of patching up during that break. And now on 69 minutes, we should be able to get ourselves back underway here with Michele and the free kick. And he clears this one long, up towards Romelu Lukaku. He's flicked it on wide towards Jeremy Doku. But in the end, he's fouled Pau Kibasi. So Rodri's going to get ready to take this and play it inside to Kibasi. And Kibasi now carries this out and plays it to Laporte. Laporte passes it back inside to Kibasi, and Kibasi now to Rodri. Rodri back inside to Kibasi, and Kibasi now to Laporte. Aymeric Laporte now plays it inside to Ferran Torres. He now plays it across to Rodri, and Rodri now wider to Pedro Porro. Porro carries it forward, plays it now across to this near side with Marc Cucurella. Cucurella, he now plays it inside to Oyarzabal, back to Cucurella. He now plays it back to Pedri, and Pedri across to Rodri. Rodri digs it over top. Cucurella heads it across, and Ferran Torres heads that over the bar. There was a huge question mark over whether that was actually going to be offside. And we are going to get a goalkeeping change for Belgium. Thibaut Courtois is not going to be able to see out the remaining minutes of this game. So we are going to see Seny Lamins, the Manchester United goalkeeper. He is going to come on to replace Thibaut Courtois. He looks absolutely distraught, does Thibaut Courtois. He probably realises that that's his World Cup done, because a muscle probably, if he's pulled a muscle, like a thigh muscle, like that. They've just said that's Mike Penders, but it's not Mike Penders, it's number 12, Seny Lamins. BBC have got that wrong. It's Seny Lamins, not Mike Penders. Which makes sense because Seny Lamins is the number 2 keeper. Let's keep up. And now it's with De Bruyne. It's gone back there to Raskin. It's a bit messy there in the box, but now Axel in the centre circle, sorry. But Axel Witsel plays it back to Raskin, and Raskin now down to Ngoy. Ngoy, he now clears this one long up towards Romelu Lukaku, but Laporte gets there first, and it's now with Pedri, who plays it forward, and it's now gone back by Ngoy to Seny Lamins. Lamins clears this one upfield. He's taken down by Rodri, and he gives it back now to Unai Simon. It's now with Rodri. And he's played it now across to Kibasi. And Kibasi now carries it forward and plays it to Olmo. Olmo now gives it back to, or gives it across to Yamal. He goes back to Porro. Now with Kibasi. Pau Kibasi. He now plays it forward to Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres switches it out towards Lamine Yamal. Over on that far side, Lamine Yamal skips round his man and then plays it across and it's gone over the top. And out of play for a goal kick for Seny Lamins. Courtois just looked absolutely distraught after coming off. But Rudy Garcia trying to lift his men here. They've got about 18 minutes till the 90 here as Romelu Lukaku flicks this on to Doku. But it's claimed now by Porro out to Cucurella. And Cucurella now goes charging forward and plays inside to Pedri. Pedri now to Cucurella. And Marc Cucurella now switches it back inside to Rodri. Actually, that's Laporte, sorry. Now to Pedri. And Pedri now inside to Dani Olmo. Olmo plays it forward towards Oyarzabal. Now towards Ferran Torres. It comes back all the way to Cucurella. And then Cucurella now across to Kibasi. Kibasi now out to Pedro Porro. Porro now goes wider to Lamine Yamal. Yamal cuts inside. Plays it now to towards Ferran Torres. But Michele clears that out for a throw. It's now thrown in to Porro. And Porro goes back now to, I think that was a Yazbel, but it's now with Olmo. Olmo now plays it forward to Yamal. Now it's towards Pedri, but it's cleared away. Only as far as Kibasi, and Kibasi now to Porro. Porro inside to Rodri. Rodri now holds on to it and plays it through the gap now towards Torres. He flicks it on, but it's gone to Says. Saez now to Michele, and Michele dinks it over the top towards Castagna. Castagna takes it down, clears it long, up towards Lukaku. It's gone over his head and gone down towards Kibasi. Now to Rodri. Rodri carrying it forward now and plays it wider to Yamal. That was probably Porro to Yamal. And now with Oyarzabal. Oyarzabal into the box. Still going as Oyarzabal. Turns. Now plays it back to Yamal. And Yamal goes back further to Pedro Porro. Back to Yamal. Who whips the ball into the box. It's gone up there towards Olmo and cleared away by Axel Witsel. Up now towards Lukaku. He's battling with Laporte. He's adjudged to have took a hand there, Laporte from Lukaku, and that's now gone out of play for a throw on this near side to Belgium. We are 15 minutes away from hitting 90 minutes here. As it's 70,492 in attendance. Apparently it's a full house at Los Angeles Stadium. Let's go. Castagna now gets ready to throw this ball in, launches it down the line towards Lukaku, takes it down. He plays it towards the number 17 there, which is the Catalan. It's now come down to, there's a foul there by Witsel on Pedri, and that's going to be a free kick to Spain. Rodri now plays it to Pedri, and Pedri then digs it over the top out towards Yamal. Yamal, he's trying to get past Yakim Says. Cuts back inside to Yamal and plays it around the corner to Porro. Porro cuts it back only as far as Raskin, and Raskin can now give it to Jeremy Doku. Doku skips away from one, still charging. They get back, and he keeps hold of it for a few minutes and turns. Good play again there from Doku. Now plays it forward to Nicholas Raskin, and Raskin gets pulled down. That's going to be a free kick to Belgium. And that was good play from Jeremy Doku to get them further forward. And it was pulled by Pedro Porro with Nicholas Raskin. It's now gone back to Says, and Says gives it across to Michele. Michele now to Ngoy. Ngoy skips forward. Good play this from Ngoy and plays it down this near side now to Castagna. Castagna now to Axel Witsel. And Witsel now goes back to Senny Lamens. Lamens now looks around. He's not seeing much movement, so keeps hold of it, keeps touching it, and then plays it out to that far side with Doku. Doku, too much of control there. It's now inside with Pedri. Pedri, he plays it across to Yamal. Lamine Yamal dinks the ball into the box, cleared out there by Michele. Says then heads down, only as far as Rodri. Rodri now dinks it across this near side with Mark Cucurella. Cucurella now plays it back inside to Pedri, and Pedri now to Rodri. Rodri then goes across to that far side with Porro, and Porro further across now to Yamal. Back inside to Porro. He now plays it to Rodri, and Rodri across to Pedri. Pedri cuts inside. He then swings the ball back across to Lamine Yamal. Yamal on that far side now gives it back to Porro. Porro then back out to Lamine Yamal. And Lamine Yamal then cuts back inside and one back there by Yakim Says. He thinks the deflected ball out towards the car keeper. Kibasi wins it. And then Kibasi then has it back again off Pedro Porro. Now it's with Rodri. And Rodri now gives it to, or gets it back off of Porro. Now it's with Dani Olmo. Olmo skips around the corner towards Ferran Torres. Now forward to Oyarzabal. Wider to Lamine Yamal. Inside to Torres. Tries to give it back to Lamine Yamal. But Nathan Ngoy tidies up and gives it to Doku. Jeremy Doku. So again, skips away from his man. This time goes down. That's going to be a free kick for a foul by Pedro Porro on Jeremy Doku. He reacts angrily. There's going to be a change now as Nico Williams is going to come on to replace the number 21, Mikel Oyarzabal. That probably moves Ferran Torres up front. So that's Mikel Oyarzabal's quarter-final finished. And Nico Williams will join us on the left-hand side, the opposite side to Lamine Yamal. I just need to grab Nico Williams' number here. Nico Williams is number 17. Nico Williams. On he comes. Try and get Spain a little more edge. He's gone out again there to Yamal, and he gives it back now to Porro. Porro charging forward, still coming, then gives it wider to Yamal. Yamal back inside to Porro, and Porro now to Rodri. Rodri to Pedri, and Pedri now looks to this near side with Nico Williams. Williams charging towards the edge of the box, good pace, whips the ball across. That's gone behind for a goal kick. I thought that was deflected, but it's just gone behind for a goal kick. And we're into the final 10 minutes plus added time here at Los Angeles. It's still Spain 1, Belgium 1, and Steady Lamins gets ready to take this goal kick. And we're still not seeing anything yet of Miguel Merino. It's headed forward there by Laporte, brought down there by De Bruyne. He's now pulled up, and he's now dinked the ball over again. Didn't particularly want that ball, did De Bruyne. I think he's pulled up with an injury as Kevin De Bruyne, so he's now dropped to the floor. And we're going to get another little stoppage here whilst Kevin De Bruyne gets seen to. Belgians are falling like flies. We had Yuri Tillemans before kickoff, Thibaut Courtois, and now Kevin De Bruyne is limping. This is why you have a 26-man squad, though, because then there should be other players that switch in and out. And it's going to be a Belgium. Belgium are going to throw this in with Catalan, but straight back to Spain with to Laporte. Laporte now to Kibasi. Kibasi looking up, then plays it down this near side to Rodri. Rodri stepping forward, then plays it wide to Marc Cucurella. Cucurella cuts inside. It is now with Pedri. Pedri down to Nico Williams, who turns, gives it back around to Pedri, gets it back now to Nico Williams, and then plays it back to Rodri. Rodri then out to that far side to Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal tries to draw that ball in, but it's then blocked and cleared by Witsel to De Bruyne. Now to Doku. Jeremy Doku round the corner, up towards Raskin, but can't quite get away there. And in the end, it's going to be a free kick for a foul on Kibasi, but it's taken quickly. Now Rodri gives it to Dani Olmo. Now to Yamal. Yamal. He now plays it back to Porro. Porro inside to Rodri. Rodri now dinks this across to this near side with Nico Williams. Nico Williams now turns it back inside to Pedri. Pedri over top now towards Nico Williams, but again seen behind by Nathan Ngoy. And Alexis Salimakers is now going to be coming onto the field of play. I'm guessing he is going to be replacing Kevin De Bruyne in just a second or two. But not before Senny Lamins can take this goal kick. And he clears this one long up towards Romelu Lukaku. And again, that's way over the big guy and all the way through to Unai Simon. And it's now with Kibasi forward to Rodri. Rodri. He now plays it wide to that far side to Lamine Yamal. Yamal looks up, plays it across now to Rodri. And Rodri now turns and dinks it over top. Looking for the front end of Yamal. Too much on that, and it's gone through into the hands of Senny Lamins. Lamins. Cleared along and got all the way through towards Unai Simon again. But it's now far. There is, I think that was De Bruyne. He couldn't quite get the shot away because it was blocked by Rodri. And now it's going to be a substitutions coming now. Is it for Salimakers? Nope, still stays on with De Bruyne. And it's now with Michele. Michele comes down to Ngoy. Ngoy now goes back to Senny Lamins. It goes back now wider to Michele. Michele looks up, turns, and gives it back inside to Raskin. Nicholas Raskin, now down the near side to Ngoy. Nathan Ngoy then gives it back to Sedi Lamens, and Sedi Lamens now plays it out to Michele. Michele then inside to De Bruyne. De Bruyne gives it back to Sedi Lamens, who gives it now to Nathan Ngoy. And Ngoy now plays it forward to Raskin. Nicholas Raskin turns and plays it down this near side to Timothy Castagna. Now to Michele. In towards De Cataler. Couldn't quite get there. And in the end, it's going to be a foul and a yellow card for... I think that's been brandished towards Kevin De Bruyne. Yeah, to Kevin De Bruyne for pulling down Ferran Torres. And it's now going to be Kevin De Bruyne who's coming off after getting his booking. And he's going to be replaced by Alexis Salimakers. Salimakers. It's going to be coming on for Kevin De Bruyne. So let's just get this right. That's the AC Milan midfielder. Oh, come on. You know the drill by now, computer. Alexis Salimakers. Oh, and he wears the number. Oh, come on. Technology. The number 22. Alexis Salimakers. Oakley Dokley. That's him on. It's now gone through towards Yamal. Yamal blocked off there by a combination of Raskin and Says. Didn't know she did, to be honest, Ashley. That's a fact I wasn't aware of. And it's now played wider to Nico Williams. Williams cuts inside, plays it across, and it's cleared away there by Raskin. And up towards Romelu Lukaku. And then cleared away. As far now towards Kibasi, and Kibasi back to Simon. I wouldn't know that information, Ashley, because I got the TV on mute. It's now wider to Laporte. Laporte now down to Cucurella, and Cucurella inside to Rodri. He now turns it back to Kibasi, and Kibasi now down this near side to Pedri. Pedri carries the ball forward and gives it now to Mark Cucurella, and Cucurella gives it back now to Pedri. Pedri looks up, plays it inside now to Kibasi. Kibasi, who hits a shot, saved by Lamine, and it's put in there by Nico Williams. It's 2-1 to Spain. I'm just unsure on exactly who scored that. But it was crashed in by crashed towards Kibasi, from Kibasi into Sani Lamins. He didn't hold on to it, and it's been slammed in by... Is it Marino? Didn't even know Marino would come on. Who are they crediting this goal with? Because Kibasi hits it into Lamins, and it's crashed into the net. I missed a substitution where Olmo went off and Mikel Marino came on. So Mikel Marino probably has snatched this. Yeah, it's the number 6, Mikel Marino. Mikel Marino has only been on for a matter of seconds, and again seems to have won a game for Spain. Mikel Marino on 88 minutes. And again sets their tie up again with France. So that's Mikel Marino, who manages to crash this in. And Spain 2, Belgium 1. Oh. And it's now going to be a throw with Mark Cucurella. He then launches this one down towards Mikel Merino, and he can't quite keep hold of that one, so it's going to be a throw to Belgium in the corner with Timothy Castagne. He scored his successive FIFA World Cup appearances as Mikel Merino, and it's now headed in from Lukaku, and now one back, and Yamal now can play it forward. And in the end, Nico Williams turns, but Castagne clears that one forward up towards Lukaku. It's now with Cucurella, and Cucurella now to Yamal. Cucurella again back down to Yamal, who turns, and in the end, it's gone out to play for a throw to Belgium on this near side. We've hit 90 minutes, so we'll have to see what the board shows. The board is showing 7 minutes of added time. 7 added minutes. So we go to 97. It's gone forward now towards Ferran Torres and blocked, and Witsel goes down and gets a free kick. Axel Witsel. And Ngoy comes up and passes that across to Michele. Michele looks up, turns, still going, and then plays it forward to Salimakers. That's probably forward actually to Says. Now inside towards Doku, but in the end, there's just to have been an infringement there, which needs to be given as a Spain free kick. So Spain will get the free kick here, and we'll be able to take this one long. Courtois looks bemused on the bench since going off, and it's going to be Simon to clear this one long up towards, well, it's cleared away there by Michele. Now Witsel heads forward. It's flicked on there by Rodri, only now as far down as Raskin. Raskin to Doku. Doku round to Salimakers. Simon's come out of his goal. Salimakers tries to clear it across to Lukaku, but in the end it is blocked by Laporte and then easily claimed by Unai Simon. Not quite sure why Simon came out of his goal so fast there, putting the Spain narrow lead at risk, but it's now with Pedri. Pedri across the halfway, looks up, still going Pedri. He slips and presents the ball now to Raskin inside towards Doku. Doku now looks up, turns, goes down. That's going to be a free kick to Belgium inside the Spanish half. I didn't actually know, but that's quite intriguing. 28 minutes, wow. I should know that. Look at you giving me the facts. I know the port is now booked. And Salimakers is going to get ready to take this into the box. Salimakers now dinks this ball into the box. Lukaku tries to head on. It comes down towards Raskin, but one back there by Spain. And I think Pedri counters, tries to play it through towards Yamal, cleared away by Says, and out for a throw, I think, Spain on that far side, which will be taken by Pedro Porro. We've got about 4 minutes 50 to go. And it's now with Doku. Doku can't quite get there. There's allegedly a foul on Merino anyway. So it's going to be a free kick to Spain. De La Fuente has probably done this again here with Merino being the super sub. As it's now with Simon. Simon clears long, upfield, looking towards Yamal. Too much on that, out of play for a Belgian throw. And Says throws it back now to Michele. And Michele goes all the way back to Lams. St. Lamens, and St. Lamens clears this one up towards Witzel. Now so Witzel takes it down, but it's going to give it away to Williams, and Williams now gives it back forward to Pedri, but it's won back there by Salamakis to Witzel, and then there's going to be a foul on Mikel Merino, and that's going to be a yellow card for Axel Witzel. There's a few yellow cards been given out over the stretch of this game from Michael Oliver, the English referee, and that one is probably lucky to get a yellow card for that because it was studs into the shin, and it wasn't on Mikel Merino. It was on Rodri. Rodri's given that back now to Simon. Simon now back to Rodri, and Rodri back to Simon. He now plays it out towards the port. He's had to play that straight out of play for a Belgium throw, which is played back to Salamakis. Salamakis turns, plays it back now to Castagna. Castagna forward to Raskin. Raskin whips the ball in. Lukaku can't get the head on it. It's cleared away there now by Rodri up towards Ferran Torres. But it's won by Yamal. Yamal battling away, loses out, and it's now dinked out to this near side with Raskin. Whips the ball into the box again, and it's up there, and it's going to be a free kick for a foul on Unai Simon. We're into the 96th minute. It's about, I think it's about game over here now, and Spain have probably got their date with France in Dallas for the first semi-final. Yeah, Simon had hold of that. It was only on the follow down from Lukaku that he didn't quite have hold of it after that. So it's definitely a free kick to Spain, which Unai Simon is going to take long. Simon clears long upfield, up towards Says. It's now come back towards Mikel Merino. He now plays it across to Rodri, to Merino. Now to Cucurella. Cucurella scampering forward and hits the shot, and it's saved this time by Lamens. And he's cleared that quickly up towards halfway, but it's now with Laporte. Laporte goes wider to Cucurella. Cucurella forward to Nico Williams. Inside now to Rodri. Rodri goes round to Merino, and Merino goes further wide now to Pedro Porro. It takes an age to come onto that ball, Pedro Porro. And then goes scampering forward. Still going as Pedro Porro. Still goes Pedro Porro. Squares it. Cleared by Nathan Ngoy. Up towards number 17, the Charles de Cataler. But that's it. Spain have won. Spain have won 2-1 here in Los Angeles. That's it. It's 2-1. Goals from Fabian Ruiz and Mikel Merino on 88 minutes sees Spain through. There was a consolation goal on 40 minutes from Charles de Cataler, but in the end, it is going to be left with Spain having their date with France in the semi-final, and Belgium crash out of the FIFA World Cup 2026 at the quarter-final stage. Well, that's it from me this evening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you are over on Twitch and are new, don't forget to drop me a follow. It'll be greatly appreciated. But until next time on Turton Talks, I shall see you very, very soon, and good night.